Minister for the Interior Mubarak Mohammed Muntaka has assured citizens that his office will revamp the Ghana National Fire Service and the prison service by providing the necessary resources and logistics.
I've been emphasizing that fire service, the Ghana prison service, will no longer be orphans. It means that I'm going to pay serious attention to whatever they are doing and to ensure that they get the necessary support.
The minister made this statement during a parliamentary session in response to a question posed by the Member of Parliament for Old Tafel, Vincent Eko Asafua, regarding the current state of resources and logistics available to the Ghana National Fire Service. Expressing concern about the logistical challenges faced by both services, the Interior Minister urged all stakeholders to extend their support to the prisons and fire service to improve their professional service delivery.
And I also take this opportunity to, Mr. Speaker, encourage our citizens, especially the philanthropists, to come to the aid, because most of the time, since I became the minister about a month ago, a number of volunteers come forward to say that they want to donate these items or that items to the police. And constantly I have to remind them that, look, those who are really terribly in need are fire service and the prisons. And they will now go back and say, oh, okay, then we are extending same to the fire service and the police, to the prisons. It's not because the police is fully adequate, but because they are more visible to the citizenry. When challenges come, the tendency to rush to solve that of the police is much higher than the others. But I can assure my colleague, Mr. Speaker, that equal attention will be given to all the services to ensure that their services are rendered professionally.
Still on the floor of Parliament, Minister for Finance Cassiel Atufor has announced the government's commitment to addressing the funding gap of $156 million attributed to the withdrawal of the United States Agency for International Development. In his remarks in Parliament, the minister stated that additional revenue generated from the uncapping of the National Health Insurance Levy would help cover the shortfall. He also noted that the 2025 budget includes 100 million Ghana cedis allocated to the Ministry of Health, Goods and Services budget.
Right Honourable Speaker, given the reality of the funding gap of $156 million, the government would take the following measures to close the funding gap. Mr. Speaker, as part of the resources that will be made available as a result of the uncapping of the National Health Insurance Levy, part of it will be used to close the gap created following the suspension of the USAID funding. Additionally, an amount of 100 million Ghana cedis is being allocated in the Goods and Services budget of the Ministry of Health under the expenditure line Global Fund. This will be used to procure vaccines that hitherto were being funded by the USAID. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Ministry of Finance has expressed concern over the increasing fraud in Ghana's banking sector, which saw reported cases rise from 82 million Ghana cedis in 2022 to 88 million Ghana cedis in 2023. Acting Director of the Financial Sector Division, Andrew Kujo Ameksen, highlighted the alarming trend at a JIABA assessment meeting, stressing the devastating impact on depositors and businesses. The ministry has, however, pledged to collaborate with EOCO, the Financial Intelligence Center, and other enforcement agencies to combat financial crimes. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, has announced that 7 out of 9 forest reserves previously taken over by illegal miners have been successfully reclaimed. Speaking at a press briefing, he credited the Joint Security Task Force, comprising the military, police, and forestry commission, for leading operations that resulted in the seizure of 60 excavators and the restoration of affected areas. Efforts are ongoing to recover the remaining 2 reserves, with the minister reaffirming the government's commitment to sustainable mining practices and urging public cooperation to protect Ghana's natural resources.
I was alarmed at the levels of devastation of our forest reserves. That prompted me to make a statement on this floor of Parliament on the state of our forest reserves and water bodies, and a call on the people of Ghana, including the members of Parliament, to join in this fight to reclaim our forest reserves. At the time, I had stated that 9 of these forest reserves, where armed thugs had taken over and are considered to be no-go areas, included Jimera, Jimera Extension, Diziri, Afao Hills, Tano Ahia, Ofin Shelter Belt, Ahunwasu East, Ahunwasu South, Subri River, Asenanyo River. Mr. Speaker, I am very happy to announce that with the support of the military working closely with the Forestry Commission, we have been able to flush out the tax from 7 out of the 9 forest reserves. We are on course to reclaim the last 2 as well as we speak. This notwithstanding, surveillance is being kept at all these 7 reclaimed forest reserves to ensure that they are not re-invaded.